Today, now time is 9:33. Just half an hour, we would see GST Bear Act, which is given by C. Preliminary short title extent and commencement definitions. Administration, offence under this act, appointment of officers, powers of officers, authorized of officer and state tax, union territory tax, proper officer in certain circumstances, scope of supply, tax liability and composite and mixed supplies, levy and collection of tax, composite levy, power to grant exemption from tax, power to power power not to recover goods and service tax services, value of taxable supply, eligible and conditions for taking in credit, appointment of credit and blocked credit, availability of credit in special circumstances, taking input tax credit in respect of inputs and capital goods sent for job work, manner of distribution of credit by input service distributor, manner of recovery credit distributed in excess, person liable for registration. Hmm? Person liable for registration, person not liable for registration, compulsory registration, procedure for registration, deemed registration, special provision for relating to casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person, amendment of registration, cancellation and suspension of registration, recovery and revocation of cancellation of registration, tax invoice, facility of digital payment receipt, provision unauthorized collection of tax, amount of tax to be indicated in tax invoice and other documents, credit and debit notes, accounts and other records, period of retention of accounts, furnishing details of outward supplies, communication details of inward supplies, and input tax credit, furnishing of returns, first return, annual return, final return, notice written to defaulters, levy of the late fee, goods and service tax practitioner, payment of tax, interest, penalty, and other amounts, utilization of input tax credit subject to certain conditions, order of utilization of input tax credit, interest on delayed payment of tax deduction at sources, collection tax at sources, transfer of input tax credit, transfer of certain amounts, refund of tax, refund in certain cases, interest on delayed payment of refunds, consumer welfare fund, utilization fund, self-assessment tax, provisional assessment tax, scrutiny returns, assessment of non-filers of returns, assessment of unregistered persons, summary of assessment in certain special cases, audit by the tax authorities, special audit, power of inspection, search and seizure, inspection of goods and movement, power to arrest, power to summon persons to give evidence and produce the document, access to the business premises, officer to assist the proper officer, and determination of tax pertaining to period up to financial year 23-24, not paid, short paid, erroneously refunded or input tax credit wrongly, and availed or utilized for any reasons other than fraud or any willful misstatement, suppression of facts, determination of tax pertaining to the period of up to the financial year 23-24, not paid, short paid, or erroneously refunded input tax credit wrongly availed or utilized by reason of fraud, any willful misstatement or suppression of facts, determination of tax not paid, short paid, erroneously refunded, input tax credit wrongly availed or utilized for any reason pertaining to the financial year 24-25 onwards. Determinations of ఇది సెక్షన్ ఇది చాప్టర్స్. అరే, చాప్టర్ కింద సెక్షన్ కలిపాడా? సూపర్ సూపర్ అబ్బా. మ్హూ. అయితే 26 డిమోట్ రిజిస్ట్రేషనా? సెక్షన్స్ అరేంజ్మెంట్స్ ఎలా తీసాడు. Margin of existing taxpayers, transactions arrangement, input tax credit, transactions provisions relating to job work, transactions transitional provision relating to job work. అది 1000 పెట్టుకున్నాం. ఇది ఎంతకు వచ్చేది? రూపాయి వేసుకున్నా 435 వచ్చేదా? సర్లేరా, కలర్ బుక్స్ అవన్నీ ఇస్తాడు కదా, ఇవన్నీ చదివి మనం ఎక్కడ డొమ్మా కొట్టిందనుకో లైఫ్, మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ ఆడ ఎడుతాం. కాబట్టి మనం తీసుకున్న దానికి బాధపడక్కర్లేదు. No refund shall be made for all such tax which has been collected but which would have not been so collected had Section 133 force at all material times. No refund tax collected. Section 134, no refund shall be made to all such tax which has been collected but which would not have been so collected had Section 133 been in force and not all materials. 133. In Section 133, Schedule 3 of the Central Goods and Service Tax Act, in paragraph 8 after clause 8, the following clauses shall be deemed to have been inserted with effect from 1st July 2017, namely, a supply of goods, warehoused goods, economic zone, or free trade zone, warehouse zone, any person before clearance of exports to the domestic tariff area. In explanation to after the words, for the purpose of the word bracket and letter class or shall be inserted shall be deemed to have been inserted with effect from 1st July 2017. After explanation 2 of the following explanation shall be deemed to have been inserted with effect from 1st July 2017, namely, explanation 3, for the purpose of class WAA paragraph, the expression second economic zone, free trade, warehousing zone, and domestic tariff area shall have the same meaning irrespective of the assigned to them in section 2 of the special economic zone 2005. No refund tax collected. No refund shall be made to of all such tax which has been collected but which would have not been so collected, and in section 133 of the section 133 been enforced in the material item section 132 of after section 148 Central Goods and Service Tax Act, the following shall be the accepted, namely, అబ్బా, 250 rupees.